$2,300 for a bolt-on that hums with a silly headstock and tuners, 7¼ inch radius. Why not just use a table leg? Oh, a bone nut. Nice reboot. I love PRS, but this is beneath them. If this exact guitar were made in China, it'd be $230. That guitar is seriously... I can't read this without laughing. That guitar is seriously ugly and seems like nothing special. Go jump on an actual cork sniffer, children. What does that even mean? What is an actual cork sniffer? This comment thread is pretty icy. Although I must say I do love this. The Fender Roasted Earth. It's brilliant. Oh man. LMAO at all of you who apparently turned PRS away when they wanted to make your signature model guitar. Oh wait. So this week PRS finally announced their new John Mayer signature, the Silver Sky. It's a Strat style guitar that PRS and John Mayer have been developing for the last 2 years. Now, the guitar has been sort of hinted at, and there's been some images of John playing it on stage at his shows, but until this week, we haven't gotten a really solid look at it, and we haven't known what the price point would be. Now, the online gear community is up in arms over this guitar. People are, for some reason, enraged that PRS would team up with John Mayer and basically make a Fender clone. Let's ignore the fact that they've made a handful of these models in the past and focus on the Silver Sky. The specs we know about it, it's a bolt neck Strat style guitar with a 7¼ inch fretboard radius, and the price is going to come in at about $2,300 US. Now, if you ask me, that's a pretty fair price for a USA made PRS with the John Mayer name on it, especially compared to what you can get from Fender or any one of the number of boutique manufacturers that are doing Strat clones. I mean, if you get into the Fender custom shop, it's nothing for you to drop over $3,000 on a bolt neck Strat style guitar. And some of the high-end boutique manufacturers that are sourcing really great wood and really great parts, some of those Strats can be in the $4,000 to $5,000 range. In fact, I own both a John Mayer signature Strat and a PRS, and they're both amazing guitars. Now, going back to the street price, this Strat, which is the Black One series, is going to cost you at least $2,300 all the way up to $3,000 depending on what it is. So for a brand new John Mayer PRS, $2,300 is about in line with what you're going to pay for something else with his name on it. So why is it when PRS makes a Strat, it generates so much hate online? I mean, the Stratocaster is one of, if not the most copied guitar design of all time. Think of all the brands that currently build a Strat style guitar that you could go out and buy brand new, all the way from the cheap import Korean and Japanese made stuff to the ultra high-end boutique handmade stuff. I mean, you can go anywhere other than Fender and get a Strat. So why is it such a big deal for PRS to jump in the Strat game, especially when one of their biggest endorsees is known to be a Strat guy? You know, he originally left Fender because they were, according to him, going downhill and no longer the company that they were when he first started working with them, and he felt moving to PRS was a good move. So it makes all the sense in the world that a known Strat guy, when he moves to a new company, is going to come out with a Strat style guitar. And keep in mind that PRS has made Strat style guitars in the past. So I think this whole controversy is actually more of a reflection on the online gear community than it is on PRS. The fact that so many people are upset that one of the biggest, most profitable guitar companies around today decides to come out with a new model really speaks volume about where the online guitar community is as a whole. And in a way, it's actually really similar to where we are as a country on politics, where everything is polarized. You are either for or against. And I think that whole mentality has started to seep into the online gear community. It's kind of always been this way. You've always had your super high-end boutique gear snobs, and then you've always had your guys who want to spend the least amount of money possible on their rig, but I've never seen this much animosity from one side to the other. I mean, go look at some of these comment threads on the gear page or on Gear Talk. I mean, it's insane the amount of hate that people are spewing towards each other over a guitar. If you don't like the guitar, don't buy the guitar. If you do like the guitar, buy the guitar. It's that simple. I don't understand why we have to start calling each other names and hurling insults at each other because somebody likes the PRS or doesn't like the PRS. Somebody likes the fact that it's got a 7¼ inch radius. Somebody hates the fact that it's got a 7¼ inch radius. Do you see how stupid this is? Why are we even arguing over this? At the end of the day, PRS is going to sell a ton of these guitars. You know, you look at John Mayer's first signature PRS that he came out with last year, the Super Eagle, something that was street priced at, I think, $11,000, and they only made a handful of them. And my local guitar shop here, Righteous Guitars, that is the biggest PRS dealer around, sold every Super Eagle they got before it even hit the floor. So if there's a market for the first John Mayer signature that costs more than most people's cars, there's certainly a market for the more accessibly priced Silver Sky. Now for me, I will reserve judgment on the guitar until I can actually get my hands on one and play it. I think it looks interesting. I would like to get my hands on one. I don't know that I would buy one yet. I already have a Strat and I already have a PRS, so I have those bases covered. So I don't know that for me, I'm looking to buy something like this, but I definitely want to play it. Concerns I have are the fretboard radius. I'm not really sure why Mayer decided to go with such a small radius, the vintage style radius, especially with him being such a bluesy player. I mean, I think a flatter radius might have worked better. But the other thing to keep in mind here is this is his guitar. John Mayer and Paul Reed Smith collaborated on this project for over 2 years. They went through dozens of prototypes to get to this point, and they're finally ready to release it. So in my mind, I think it's going to be a great guitar, but until I can actually get my hands on one, I won't know for sure. In the meantime, everybody just chill out in the comments, okay? It's not that big of a deal. So there you go, that's my take on the PRS Silver Sky. Let me know what you think about the guitar in the comments down below, but be nice. I'm Rhett Shull. Thanks for watching. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe below this video and hit the little bell icon so you can be notified when I'm going live and posting new content. Also, if you're interested in any of the gear that I use to film or any of the gear I use to make music with, all those links will be posted in the description down below where you can check those out on Amazon. And if you buy through that link, I will get a direct kickback, which helps my channel out immensely. Anyways, that's all for now. Thanks for watching, and remember, there is no plan B.